Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the Glitched Out Gaming Report for the week of November the 29th. Or 28th. Yes, it's the 28th. That's the day this podcast is going up. It's the 27th when I'm recording it, though. And folks, you know what that means? It's only one day away from Final Fantasy 15, and reports have been kind of mixed, I've been hearing. I know the guys over on GameFace, or Sifted, wasn't too fond of it, but hell, I'm still excited. My expectations, I am a little bit worried. I don't have extremely high expectations like I did with Final Fantasy 13, because that burned the hell out of me and I learned from that. But still, I am very, very much excited for Final Fantasy 15. So that's the big game this week, folks. But I'm going to start off this show like I start off every episode of the Gaming Report with what I've been playing. And there's three things that I've mainly been playing this week. The first off is Pokemon Sun and Moon, still continuing my journey. I'm on the second island. I just went past the Pokemon Nursery before I started recording this. That's how slow it's been taking me to get through this game, folks. But I've been taking my time, exploring each area, exploring the Pokemon, that kind of deal. So I'm taking my time. I don't want to burn through this game. I am enjoying it so much. And it will probably end up in my top 10 list for sure this year. The next thing I've been playing, I picked up Hitman off the PSN Black Friday sale, so I've started up that. I did the opening training segments. Really enjoyed it. It was cool. And last night when I got home from my work Christmas party, I ended up playing the first mission, the Paris mission, and man, I loved it. I loved it. And I really want to get back into it again and try some of the other different ways of beating the game. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. Look forward to playing it even more, doing all the unique little things to it, doing the other missions that are there for me to play because I bought the complete edition. I have everything installed, ready to go. I will most likely play some more of that later today. And the final thing that I've been playing, folks, I did it. I finally did it. I got my 50th Platinum Trophy, and I did it within Dead or Alive Extreme 3. That's right, bouncing boobies galore. I finally got the Platinum into it. I'm sitting now at 50 Platinum Trophies. I'm quite happy, content, and the next Platinum will probably end up being Batman, because it's going to be easy. And I'm considering downloading The Walking Dead episodes 1 and 2 onto my PS4. I have them bought, but I haven't started them yet there. I've played the games before. I played the first one on both Vita and PS3, so I love that game. But I will probably install those, play through those before Season 3 starts up, just so I have a continuous save file throughout. But yeah, the Platinum Trophy in Dead or Alive Extreme, very happy with that. It felt like the perfect 50th Platinum Trophy. You know what I mean? And it's my first imported game trophy as well. Platinum Trophy as well, so there was that added bonus to it. But anyways, folks, that's going to do it for what I've been playing this week. And before we dive into the news, folks, it's the last episode before the end of the month. So you know what that means. It's time. It is that time once again to dive into the games of the month with the games of December. And we don't have a whole lot here this month, folks. So this should be rather quickly to get through. On the first, we have Apollo Justice Ace Attorney on iOS, Maze releasing on Windows, Rad Rogers World 1 for Windows, and The Dwarves releasing on Windows, Mac, Linux, PS4, and Xbox One. On the second, we have Fury getting its Xbox One release, released earlier in the year for PlayStation 4. It was a PlayStation Plus game, too. I wasn't too fond of that game, to be honest with you. Love the art style, but gameplay-wise, not my cup of tea. We have Little Blair Rose for Windows, Steep gets its Windows, PS4, and Xbox One release, and Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS releases on the 3DS. On the 6th, we have Arizona Sunshine for HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift, Dead Rising 4 releasing on Windows and Xbox One, I Expect You to Die releasing on the Oculus Rift and PlayStation VR, Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun releasing on Windows, Mac, and Linux, The Last Guardian releases on PlayStation 4, hype. The Unspoken releasing for the Oculus Rift, VR Sports Challenge on the Oculus Rift, and Werewolves Within for the HTC Vive, the Rift, and PlayStation VR. On the 8th, we have Apollo Justice Ace Attorney getting its Android release, Niptuous Blasters with a Z, Heroines Infinite Duel for Windows, and over in Japan and Asia, Yakuza 6 releases on the PlayStation 4. On the 9th, we have Space Hulk Deathwing for Windows, and on the 12th, Bastion gets its Xbox One release. I'm kind of surprised. I thought it was already out there, but I guess it only got put out on PS4, of the newer generation of consoles. On the 13th, we have Drive releasing on Windows and PlayStation 4, The Little Acre releasing on Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, and Wild Guns Reloaded for PlayStation 4. On the 15th, we got 2 games here for Asia again, Akaba's Beat, the sequel to Akaba's Trip for PlayStation 4, and Saga Scarlet Grace for PlayStation Vita. I remember the Saga series. I haven't seen one of those in a while over here, I don't think. And Super Mario Run releases on iOS early next year for Android. Boo. And on the 20th, we have Eagle Flight for the HTC Vive, and The Walking Dead, aka The Walking Dead Season 3, A New Frontier for Windows, Mac, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, iOS, and Android. So there you go, folks. That is your games of December. And I'm sure there's some games not listed here on the Wikipedia page that are bound to release as well. But a really good month. I mean, I am stoked as hell for The Last Guardian. That is probably the only game at this point which even has a chance at taking away my Game of the Year pick from Uncharted 4. And as for the other games, The Walking Dead, I am excited for that. I will probably pick that up, especially if it's around December 20th. I might actually buy the season pass for that one, because I have loved the first 2 seasons. But like I said, I need to get back. I need to play them again. Maybe it's something I could stream, perhaps, maybe. We'll see about that, because my choices in that game are going to be very specific, because I kind of want to stay the way that I did it on PS3, so I can continue moving my story forth. Even though it's been a while, and I could fuck shit up into an entirely different direction. But anyways, that's it for the games of December, and this episode will probably be quick. I say that now, and 30 minutes later you can correct me wrong. The news! Let's dive into the news, ladies and gentlemen. First off, it looks like the rumors about a Damian Wayne-led Batman title were correct after all, though nothing is 100% confirmed here. This comes from comicbookmovie.com. A Warner Brothers Montreal video, which has since been deleted, seemingly confirms that rumors from over the summer about a Damian Wayne-led Batman title were accurate. So, apparently in this recruitment video, we are looking for talented individuals from Warner Brothers Games Montreal. There was a quick little shot of a dude playing a Batman game on a PC, on his PC, like a div kit type deal. And possibly this includes that rumor, where so the game would be set a decade in the future with an older, broken Bruce Wayne who mentors Damian alongside Nightwing. And at the same time, there was a Suicide Squad game as well, but nothing has been said about that either. So this would be an interesting choice if it ends up being true, that's for sure. Not sure how I feel about it. I tried to get into Origins, just couldn't do it though. Maybe it was a bad time when I started the game, but yeah, wasn't my cup of tea. The fight with God, my name. Why is his name spacing on me now? Whatever. But yeah, the game was really cool in that one boss fight anyway. And why can't I remember his bloody name right now? I am actually drawing a blank. Deathstroke, Jesus. Yeah, the battle with Deathstroke was actually really cool. Anyways, moving on to the next news story here. Like I said, folks, we're going to move fast. We're going to move furious. We're going to stay positive this episode. So, a new Batman game. That's cool. That is positive news, right? Right. Moving forward, No Man's Sky Studio, Hello Games, finally broke silence. And they have announced their new update, the Foundation update, which is bringing in base building and so much more, folks. That's right, reading here from Eurogamer.net, the patch will be called the Foundation Update to reflect both its construction element and the fact that it is putting in place a foundation for things to come. The studio didn't confirm the full patch notes or when the patch would be released, other than soon. Trying to find the details here. Where is it? But anyways, it includes base building. There's like, you can get freighters now in the game. You can teleport back to your base planet at any given time that you want to. There is a video of the update out there, and it looked really cool. It actually did. I'll be holding off on picking up No Man's Sky for a bit longer. You drop that thing down to $20, then I'm interested, okay? Then I will pick up your game, just because of all the backlash and everything. But hey, this looks cool. This looks like a step in the right direction. My only question about it, is this too late? Has the goodwill been sucked dry from this game right now? Because this update came out, I saw a few people going, huh, that looks interesting, but I didn't see a lot of, oh my god, this is the next step, this is the next evolution of this game. I didn't see any of that. Nor did I see people saying, like, I'm buying the game right now because of this update. Hello Games has a lot of work to do, folks, to earn back a lot of trust from gamers. But this is a silver lining. This is a step in the right direction. So good on them. Hopefully more and more good things come to this game, and it gets the updates that it needs, the features that it needs in order to be successful and to become a game that people can finally respect and enjoy and have a really good time with. That's my hopes, folks. That is my really high hopes for this game right now. So good on you, Hello Games, for this update, and I really do hope to see more good things come in the future. And moving on to something maybe positive, Randy Pitchford has been, he made one little tweet to a fan. A fan, at Alex _Everett, said to him, a Duke Nukem Gears of War crossover would be pretty badass. Was the email from the future? And Randy Pitchford actually replied back saying, on December 1st, we are announcing something you might really enjoy. So, is Randy Pitchford teasing a Duke Nukem announcement for next week, for December 1st, which I believe is the Video Game Awards on December 1st. So it's quite unlikely that we'll be seeing a Gears of War crossover, but it's possible, as the IGN article says. But it's also been suspected that Duke would be added to the Gearbox Hero Shooter Battleborn, which was $15 over the weekend. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Or you know, maybe we'll get a full-on new Duke Nukem game, which would be really cool, and I'd be interested in, to be honest with you. So here's hoping for some good Duke Nukem news. Hail to the king, baby. Hail to the king. And finally, folks, to wrap up the news this week, we got the free games for gold for December. And what games do you ask are coming? Well, on the Xbox One. All of these technically are on the Xbox One because of backwards compatibility. But for the Xbox One, for the whole month, Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition will be available. And folks, if you have never played this game and you own an Xbox and you have a gold subscription, download and play this game because it is fucking awesome. And unfortunately, the developers have closed up shop. But this game was really, really cool, folks, and it deserves a shot to be played. I absolutely adore this game. The combat was great. The story was pretty good. And the open world felt really nice, even though you couldn't do as much crazy stuff in it as you can do in GTA, obviously. But it's a really nice game that should be played. And from December the 16th to January 15th, Outlast will be available, which was one of the first PlayStation Plus games when PS4 came out. I'm not a horror fan, but I know a lot of people love that game, and it's pretty damn good. Over on the 360, and like I said, also available on the Xbox One, from December 1st to December the 15th, Outland will be available. Never played it. I think I own it because of PlayStation Plus, but cool. And from December the 16th to December 31st, Burnout Paradise will be available, and that's still a great game to this very day. So quite a good month there for the people playing on Xbox for their games for gold. So yeah, check out those games, folks. A lot of those are pretty damn good. And now we're going to move over into our topic of the week. And this week, folks, we're going to talk about PSX. That's right, PSX is coming this weekend. So you know what that means next week's show, aside from me just like being overexcited for The Last Guardian and hopefully talking good things about Final Fantasy 15, we'll be talking about PSX. But before it happens, it's time. It is time, folks, to make some predictions. That's right. We gotta predict the hell out of PSX, alright? And I did put out the call. And we also did have another thread over on OGS about predictions from PSX, so I'm going to check that out as well, from Mikey Gun Show. And Ozzy, thank you, Ozzy did post a video over on OGS as well, and we got one comment there from Whammy Time, which we are going to cover. But first we are going to dive into our own comments on the video that I posted. And we got two from Ozzy, and we got one from Alexander Ertz as well. So, first off, from Alexander Ertz, he says, I think it's realistic to expect more of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, especially with 15 being released before it. Hope to see more of the combat, and maybe an explanation of how the combat will work, since they implied it would keep some aspects of the original. Good prediction. I think that's true as well. I think it's time that we got another look into the game, since we haven't seen anything of it since last PSX, if I remember correctly. And he also says a more crazy expectation might be Dragon Quest XI. Apparently they normally do their own Japanese events for Dragon Quest, but with Ni no Kuni 2 getting such as good a response as last year's event, maybe they'll give it a try. Dragon Quest would be a cool classic comparison to the more modern mode of combat in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yes! I really want to see some Dragon Quest XI showcased here in the West, especially on PS4. Though I'm quite interested in the 3DS version as well, because the style just looks fantastic in that 3DS version. And Ozzy Legend has his predictions, where he says, mild prediction, the final update to Resident Evil 7's demo is featured, and it references / mentions a classic Resident Evil character either directly or indirectly. That would be nice. Maybe we get a Jill sandwich reference. is out there prediction. Devil May Cry 5, not DMC 2. Seems about time after those set of remakes earlier in the gen, question mark. Yeah, I'd kind of be happy with that, to see True Dante come back again, even though I really did enjoy DMC 2. So to see Devil May Cry 5, that would be pretty cool. And his, sir, are you sure you've been taking your medication prediction? A Final Fantasy VII Remake Duske-esque demo announced to be dropping with a Square Enix published title coming in 2017. For the 20th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII, of course. That would be cool. That's, as your prediction name says, probably won't happen. Maybe they'll stick it with Nier if they do. That would get people to buy Nier, of course. Make that series even more prominent. And yeah, that would be nice. Maybe a demo of the brief amount of gameplay we saw last year at PSX. Seems possible. But who knows. And finally, from Whammy Time, who commented on the video over on OGS, says, something new from Mass Effect Andromeda. Something that further sells me on Horizon Zero Dawn. New Death Stranding info. Maybe a trailer for the Crash Bandicoot remasters. Uncharted 4 single-player DLC, and I know it's unlikely, but something from Red Dead Redemption 2. Please, Rockstar. I think we'll get some of these. I think we'll get something on Mass Effect Andromeda, for sure. Horizon, maybe a new trailer. Death Stranding, I'm sorry, but very unlikely. And my throat is kind of killing me right now. Ooh, okay, I think I'm good. Trailer for the Crash Bandicoot Remastered would be fun, and I'm pretty sure we are getting the Uncharted 4 single-player DLC. And that does it for the comments on our own video, but there was a little thread over on OGS from Mikey Guncho, as I said, his predictions and hopes for PSX. He says, I want a release date for Ni no Kuni 2. What announcements are you all anticipating? Aaron B., our main man Aaron B., said, I would like some more info on Ni no Kuni 2 as well. I'm guessing from the timing that Warner Brother Montreal Batman game leak, that might also make an appearance. Abyss Lord replied saying, hoping for, but not anticipating Yakuza 6 coming to the West announcement. We'll also probably see some of these. Spider-Man footage, new Sucker Punch game announcement, at least a teaser for one of the new From Software titles. User Profile says hype-worthy VR announcements, and Al Pacino says some new Devil May Cry would be nice. And I agree, those are some really good predictions. Now, as for my own predictions, which I have yet to comment on here, I've got 3. And I've categorized them under normal, crazy, and dream. Normal, we get another little glimpse of Ni no Kuni 2. I think it's time. It's been a year since the initial announcement. So, if anything, it might be another CGI trailer like we got last year. Maybe a slight gameplay trailer, one could hope. But yeah, I think we are going to get something Ni no Kuni 2 related. Hopefully. Crazy prediction. There were a lot of rumors going around this week, folks, in regards to Capcom about Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Well, my crazy prediction is that those rumors are actually true. Are you ready to take a ride? Yeah, that's all I got, folks. And a dream announcement, which I do not think is going to happen anyway, because in my normal prediction, I'm saying Ni no Kuni 2 is real, and Level 5 is doing that, so it's very, very unlikely that they'll have more than 2 announcements or reveals here. But you know what would be a dream for me? Dark Cloud 3, come on. It's been 14 years. It's time for a sequel, okay? Put it on PS4. It doesn't need to be fancy, extremely beautiful graphics, high res and whatnot, but you take that core element of the first 2 games, the rebuilding of like towns and villages, and you stick it in this one. Especially the first game, where I really liked it, where you had to build back the towns, going to the dungeons, get the parts, get the houses and everything, and rebuild things and have to do it in a certain way to make the townsfolk happy again. I think that would be really cool, and I would love that game. And that's it, folks. That's my predictions. If you got any more, please let me know down in the comments below. Also, if PSX has happened and I haven't recorded the next episode yet, by all means comment in the video of what you thought of PSX and the announcements that were revealed. Are you excited for any of them? Let me know, and I'll comment on the next video when I do my PSX sum up in the topic of the week next week. But anyways, that's it, folks. We do have some questions and comments that were left on the previous episode. Aaron B says, glad to have you back this week. I know it was hard to keep positive last week, so I totally get you not being into it. Thanks, man. And he says, I think Pokemon Sun Moon may be the best Pokemon game yet. I won't go into much detail, but it becomes clear from the first 10 minutes that this is the most effort they've put into a Pokemon game. Oh, and I also chose Lytton. Yeah, Team Lytton for the win. I mean, no, Alexander Arts did the same thing, so yeah. Speaking of Alexander Arts, he commented on the video as well, specifically the gameplay footage that was shown last week of Hard Liquor versus the radiophonic sea creatures, and reminded me that I have given them the Unicorn Stampede, which is a OMG move, which is kind of specific to the New Day, which are kind of like crazy guys who like to gyrate and everything. And he says, okay, I'm just cracking up watching Hard Liquor kick Choo-Choo repeatedly in the crotch and shaking their asses. Definitely think that move suits the radiophonic sea creatures more, though. But seeing the much older boys doing it was hilarious. And I went back and watched the footage afterwards, and I just, yeah, I gotta change that. But it is fucking hilarious, and I may just keep that in. I think I've given that to several people throughout too. So who knows, guys? You may see that again in future 6-on-6 matches, which probably won't be that often because those matches take a long time to finish. The total recording of last week's footage was like 55 minutes, I think that match went on for. I had to cut it down in order to fit in the video, so you're probably not going to see many of those matches in the future. One rare time occurrences only, you know what I mean? And that does it for our questions and comments from last week. So that leaves the recommendation and the pick of the week. Well, my pick of the week, folks, it's obvious. It's Final Fantasy 15. How can I not pick that game this week? 10 years of waiting? Hell yeah, it's my pick. So, with the recommendation of the week, why not a game to get you pumped up and ready for Final Fantasy 15, another Final Fantasy game, and I'm talking Final Fantasy IX, folks. I probably already picked this one in a previous recommendation of the week, but I couldn't remember, but it just seemed appropriate for this week. And hell, if Final Fantasy IX ain't your cup of tea, maybe go retro style with Final Fantasy VI, the second best Final Fantasy game in the series. So yeah, there you go. There's my recommendations of the week this week. But anyways, folks, that's going to do it for me this week. So I thank you so much for tuning in. You have all been awesome. I have been Lord X. You have been awesome, as I just said. And I am glitching out.